Hi, hello, welcome. My name is Eden, and I am here to do my 2021 recap. 365 days have passed. What occurred? I'm unsure. Which is why I do these videos, because it's a really great way for me to reflect upon the year, to remember, oh, I did that. And so here I am to reflect upon 2021. I started the year strong skiing with my dad and sister at our local ski hill, and it was just fun to be out on the slopes with the two of them, and we actually did a couple more ski trips throughout January and then wrapping up this year too. So Minnesota winters have something to offer. Another highlight in January, I finally had a Harry Potter movie marathon. I had been wanting to have one throughout college. Finally, my friend Katie had finished the Harry Potter books and had not seen the movies, and I thought this was the perfect time. So my sister Katie and we spent 2 days watching 19 hours of film. And I put together a whole menu. We had pizza rolls that were decorated as howlers, fruit and vegetable spreads that were in the shape of owls, Quidditch meatballs, sorting hat. Of course, we had our butter beer and our gillyweed water. I tried to have balanced snack options because if you're gonna watch 19 hours of movies, you have to have sustenance. I just love a good thematic event. There's also just some random things that happen this year, like learn how to play pinochle, and Ryan and I would just have some card nights, the two of us. And I think those are really what gets missed when reflecting about a year, is just these small things that make life. Cooking. My cooking was really brought to the next level this year as well. My Christmas gift from my parents was Every Plate. So it's kind of like a HelloFresh. It's a subscription food box meal kit. We filmed all of our food preparations and would rate out of 5 stars what we'd give the meal. We love a good taco. Lime juice is essential. I really learned how to zest those limes too. And so I definitely want to bring that into my 2022 as well without the meal kits, but now that I have the recipes, able to whip up something different than just your normal spaghetti. I was able to cheer on Bo and his senior swim season, put the live stream on the TV and watch his races, which was great. Unfortunately, we couldn't be there in person for state, but his team did really well, and I'm proud of my brother. My family did go on spring break to Nevada to visit my grandpa and Cindy. We flew out and just enjoyed a week in the sunshine. We made it to Bryce Canyon and went hiking and going on walks, playing games, reading. We went to the Valley of Fire, and man, it's a beautiful area. Utah is gorgeous. Nevada is gorgeous. We did swing through Las Vegas before our flight out, and I won $2 at the casino. When we got back from our trip, it was my blast-off birthday. The date was 4-3-2-1. Woo! Work was kind of plugging along. We had a hybrid style of learning for the full year where students were in different cohorts and they'd come on campus every other day, masked. Their schedules were so wonky, but the students were troopers, the staff and faculty as well, and we got through a wonky school year. That's all it can really be said. As normal as we could. Luckily, sports were holding tournaments and competitions again by spring, and students really thrive in those settings. It's fun to share about those accomplishments and try to get back to a little bit of normalcy. One of the other big pieces in the spring for work is our annual Day of Giving. We did create another video, though it wasn't to the same scale as the past couple projects. It was more interview style. However, we added some animations and fun pieces that was neat to kind of try something new in the video realm. Going to that next level, being creative, learning from the professionals. And we had our most successful Day of Giving yet, and so that felt good that even though we're in trying times, we can come together and support a strong mission. I was fortunate to be invited to a couple weddings this year, the first being in May over Memorial Weekend to celebrate the love of Hannah and Nick. So I road tripped down with my friend Katie and Anna to St. Louis where the wedding was held, and we had a great time jamming to some different tunes in the car. We enjoyed Ted Drew's, we went to the Arch, played some games, reconnecting with lots of my college friends, had a great time on the dance floor. We made it back to Minnesota, but first we had to stop at a couple state capitals because why not? You're on a road trip, you gotta do some more fun things. Of course, we had to celebrate Bo graduating from high school. He had a great grad party combined with a couple of his friends, and we got to just say, kudos, Bo, you did a great job. And he did. I really got into pickleball this summer. Once a week we'd try to play, and it was a good way to get together with some people, get outside, be a little active, and have a good time. Also in the summer, of course, had to go to the cabin over the 4th of July. We put the band back together for the boat parade, bring in our patriotic tunes. I also got to celebrate the wedding of Anna and Noah. It was such a beautiful wedding. I videographed another wedding this year. Elena and Cooper got married up in Duluth. And again, just another beautiful wedding. Though videographing a wedding is a lot of work, I do love how you get to spend time with the couple almost more than anyone else. The photographer perhaps a bit more on that day, but you're there for all the special moments. So congratulations to all the couples that got married this year. I also got it in my head to plan a 5-year high school reunion, so I got the gang back together via Zoom, the good old student council group, and we put our heads together and picked a date. We didn't have a lot of prep time, so we just got together at our local bowling alley. We had a turnout of about 50 of us, which was pretty good for being so last minute and uncertain, and it was just great to reconnect with some people I haven't seen for 5 years, and some people I hadn't talked to even in high school, to hear where they're at now and how everyone is on their own journey, but still a proud Sabre, and just to appreciate who people have become. While at the reunion, I found out that a bunch of us are living in the same area now, and so we have planned some outings since that came about from connecting at the reunion. So win-win. Also this summer there were some shifts happening at work where we were adding a third position to the marketing department, and I decided to apply for the manager position. And of course, it's always a little nerve-wracking to put yourself out there, to go through an intense interview process, especially with people you already know, and to prove your worth and your value to the company. But I was offered the promotion, I accepted and became the manager, and so all was looking just wonderful. And then a couple weeks later, my boss turned in her 2 weeks as she accepted a job that she couldn't turn down. So what was going to be a department of 3 became a department of 1. You're looking at her. 1, uno, solo, yo. So from the 1st of October until the start of January, I was quite overwhelmed at work. It started off just fine. We didn't have as many projects, it was more to manage, but after a while it just weighs on you. Some of these pieces that you haven't been able to get to, and it just keeps coming. And I didn't take any time off because if I wasn't working, who was? And so I was just kind of in that cycle again of overworking myself. Yet a lot of great projects came out of it. I do work well in those situations, and I do find joy at work, and I still am excited about work. But it just got to be a lot, and I needed Christmas break to come. But before we got there, I was excited to get to attend our gala event, which we did host this year, and I got to go to US Bank Stadium for the first time because our girls soccer team competed in the state tournament and ended up taking 3rd. Then of course, the subject of the Christmas video, well, it wasn't really ever brought up, but it was on my mind because that had been a project I had taken the past 2 years and one that I really enjoyed. And I wanted to be able to do it again this year because my first boss told me you always should have a passion project. And so I didn't want to lose my passion project while keeping everything else going. This might be the most work I put into a video, but the most proud I've been of a video. We recreated the narrative of Jesus's birth using our 4 and 5-year-olds in our faculty staff daycare, and they're just so adorable. And we lip synced over what the kids were saying. October, I was able to go on a girl time getaway with my mom and sister. We hop on a bus. It's a mystery destination. We're not sure what the weekend entails. And we went axe throwing. I'm proud to say I got a bullseye. We also went to a couple vineyards. We all found our favorite wine, magenta. Enjoyed a fun comedian and just being together. Finally, we got to go to the Lauren Daigle concert. We had tickets that were supposed to be for 2020, and the concert had been postponed a couple times. My mom and some of her friends came down, my sister. We went to the Target Center, and it was the best concert I've ever been to. It just left us feeling filled. Halloween is so exciting. It doesn't take much to convince me to attend a costume party. I decided to go with the theme Eden's New Groove because I wanted to be Yzma, and I didn't think that quite made sense unless I was also Cusco. So I did both, because why not? I was able to celebrate Thanksgiving with my mom's side of the family, whom I haven't seen for 2 years or more, and it was just really great to have some family reunions this year as well. This was one of the highlights. We went bowling. I'm not a great bowler by any means, and I was having quite a subpar night. I had yet to break 100, so not doing too great. And on the third game, I was a little bit dejected that I wasn't gonna break 100 again, and I finally get a strike. And I'm like, woohoo! So the 9th frame, what do I do again? I got a strike. So I've got 2 strikes. I'm like, things are looking up. If I get another strike, a turkey, I could break 100. And I got a turkey. And then I didn't even realize that I had another roll. I got another strike. I got 4 strikes in a row. And it was very exciting.
What a comeback!
You have another roll.
Oh my goodness! Gee! Holy cow! Holy turkey! Oh my goodness! Wait, did I even get that on tape? Oh my goodness!
You didn't even have a spare until now.
So I hope you enjoyed that clip of me freaking out. Another new hobby I picked up is rock climbing or bouldering. Kaylee introduced me to the sport. I only went 3 times in 2021, but I finally purchased my own shoes and chalk and a punch pass, and so we're gonna make this a recurring event each week in 2022. We also got to celebrate Miranda in December as she completed nursing school. We couldn't be prouder. Way to go, Miranda. I was lucky enough to be able to take a little bit of time off away from work and just enjoy Christmas and the holidays with my family, and that is incredibly special. I just really appreciate that time to wind down. I finished some books, which gets me to my book recap for the year. I read 29 books this year. This is the most I've read in recent years. I did a lot of rereading this year because my subconscious goal was to try to complete series. So sometimes I've read the first 2 and not the 3rd. So of course I had to start from book 1 to finish book 3. Some new books that I read this year that I think are worth mentioning: And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I think This is a great recommendation for anyone to pick up, especially if you like mystery novels. I always seem to forget how much I do love mystery novels, and this is a great whodunit. It's, I think, about 250 pages, flew through it, and it's just a great puzzle. And this year I did it. I read The Lord of the Rings. It took me a long time. It was a slow start to my reading year because Fellowship of the Ring wasn't my cup of tea per se. It was just too much directions for a directionally challenged person. I mean, how many times were we going over the hill, left at the pine, north until we hit the mountains? I can't follow all that, but I did. I followed it all, and I enjoyed Two Towers. That's the best one in the series by far. The Return of the King was good at parts. I was hoping for more. And then in the end, like, there was another part to it. So I was like, whoa, okay, well, maybe. I've yet to see the movies. I'm looking forward to finally watching them because I hear great things about the movies. I am proud to say that I wrote a review for every book I read this year. I watched a lot of shows this year. The best being Avatar: The Last Airbender. That is a phenomenal show and will be worth a rewatch down the line. Highly recommend. Yes, it's an animation / anime. It is the best storytelling that I think I've ever seen in a show. Excellent from beginning to end. Character, plot, world building, phenomenal. I watched The Great this year, and it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, but it's so quirky and different. I enjoyed it. It's definitely a parody. Love the costumes. Great characters, good time. Definitely played a lot of games this year. We kept our Catan battle this year. Lots of Game of Things. And Telestrations came in at the end. So when really reflecting about what this year has been, it wasn't flashy, it wasn't a sparkly year. There were ups and downs, but I was content. I definitely spent it with the people that matter to me most, and there was growth. One of my favorite artists / poets, writers, influencers is Morgan Harper Nichols. I found her in 2019 just after graduating, and her words spoke to me then, and they've continued to speak through me these past 2 years. She shared a post recently that was to screenshot a word when you feel ready that can be used to motivate you in 2022. And so I did that 3 times. That 3 words would be great to see what could come in this next year. And those words were collect, as in a verb, so to bring or gather together things, typically when scattered or widespread. And I think I can collect this year. Collect memories, collect people in relationships. You know, I might just continue collecting books too. My second word is continuum, something that changes in character gradually or in very slight stages. I think that's very realistic for what life looks like for me these days. There aren't these huge shifts in my life, but it does gradually change, and I hope to have character development. So my life is a continuum, hopefully for the better, and there will be newness in 2022 as well. And then my third word is wonder, a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration, caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. Having wonder, not overlooking these bright spots in life, knowing that they have value, to have surprise, to get outside of your comfort zone so you can feel admiration, you find that something beautiful. I'll speak it into existence. I will have wonder in 2022. I really love these 3 together. I will have a continuum, slight change in stages. I will collect together, gather my people, and find a sense of wonder in 2022. I hope you'll be part of that with me. Thanks for listening, and I wish you a lovely end of the year. Until next time. Whew, I haven't been in front of the camera in a bit.